Welcome back everybody to Camping with Tony. Sadly, no more Bruno and obviously no more Bruce. It's been 2 months since we lost Bruno and I haven't been camping since. So this is my first camp, doing a wild camp on the tops at 1400 meters. There might be snow, it'll be freezing cold. Lots to talk about, obviously. I'll discuss everything about Bruno then, probably at cigar time at camp. But in the meantime, I just want to try and have an enjoyable camp, clear my head, get up on the tops, enjoy that view. I've got a whole load of new gear to try out, some exciting gear, some real game changer stuff, hopefully. So I'll bring you all back en route. We've got 3 hours to go. 3 hours to get to the spot, but I'll bring you back en route. We're an hour in. I've got just under 2 hours to go. So beautiful day at the moment. Looks absolutely stunning. But up ahead, I can see snow on the peaks. It's quite cloudy. We should be okay for the walk up. I'm hoping it won't rain on the walk up, but I know that there's stuff coming in tonight. So we might be setting up in the rain, I don't know. I'm getting there nice and early. It's gonna be a good productive camp. We're gonna go out and get some firewood, so we'll get the camp set up as usual, tarp and tent, get some firewood, get ready for the evening. Got a great dish planned for tonight for food. So yeah, what I'll do is bring you back when we're on the trail, walking up to the tops of the mountain. All right, we're all ready to go. Truck is locked up. I get a lot of questions about the truck. Let me show you. So yeah, it's a heavily modified 2017 Ford Ranger. They're Aussie designed, Australian designed. They don't really look like this, but yeah, this is heavily modified. So it's got massive Nava spot lamps, this huge Ironman bull bar, 9,000 pound winch, 33-inch tires and 18-inch row wheels. These tires are just gigantic razors, Maxxis razors. It's got the snorkel for the intake that goes into the stage 3 engine tune with bigger turbo and intercooler and everything else. This is the aerial. I get asked a lot about what is this thing. This is my antenna for my radio. LED bar up above as well, all that kit. Got the Bushwhacker awning, the Batwing awning up here, and I've got my custom built canopy on the back, Ute canopy by M2 Overland. That thing is a beast. Incredible piece of kit. I love this thing. And I will be doing more camping in it, I'm sure. Got water tank on one side and toolbox on the other, and a fold out tray, slide out tray at the back as well. Right, there you go. So that's the truck. Now what we've got to do is, I don't know if you can see behind me up there, is the saddle. 1,400 meters, up to 1,500 meters up to the very top of that saddle. There's no snow up there right now. Oh, there's a little bit over here. I just don't know if you can see it really, but that's sort of where I'm heading, right up there. It's going to take me 3 hours. It's quite a slog. So I'll see you somewhere up further up by the stream here. This is difficult. Didn't think it would be this hard. I haven't walked up here quite a while. The last time I did was with Bruno, and I was sick. I was sick on the tops, really ill. And Bruno was so worried about me. Just kept putting his head on my lap. Oh Christ, I'm only 2 minutes in. on my hat. I've got Bruce on one side and Bruno on the other. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, to people who are new to my channel, I'm really sorry. You didn't know what happened. You probably don't know my dogs. I'll explain it all later. But this was harder than I thought it would be. Just the memories. Right. I'm going to plod on. I'll bring you back near the top of the ridge at 1,300 meters. Alright, so I'm going to climb up here in the ridge and see you in a couple of hours. Oh, just coming out into Narnia, my camping spot. Snow up there on the tops at the background there. Been going 2 hours, 10 minutes. Oh, it's snowing. It's snowing now. And I've burnt 1,100 calories, climbed 721 meters. Woo. That was hard work. So it's sort of sleety snowing. So we've got to get to camp because it's cold. Oh, it's really cold. So if you're new to my channel, I've camped in this spot, Narnia, a few times now in the snow. Go back and check out those videos. They were great. Lovely spot. Bruno loved this area so much. Had so much fun here. All right, I've still got another half hour or so to go. Got to push on, get to the campsite, the cove, which I sort of set up a few months ago in preparation for winter. So let's get there, get tarp and tent set up. Oh, okay, here we are, finally. At camp, the wind has picked up. It's pretty cold. That was quite a slog. That took 2 hours 40 minutes, 1,350 calories. But I didn't catch what it said the altitude gain was. 850 meters. Here we go. Here's camp. This is my site. So I cleared this, I call it the cove. I cleared it a few months ago when I was up here with Bruno. Perfect to set up the tent there. And tent here, tarp off the back, secured to a branch up here. Should be lovely. I see someone else has actually been here and had a fire. So someone else making use of my campsites. There's 2 fire sites here. Oh well. Welcome to use them. They're not mine. And then looks like someone's not camped back in here since, because the stone that I used to sit on when I wasn't feeling well because I forgot my chair is still there. So this is what it looks like from out here. It's a lovely clearing. And if we got snow, it would look really beautiful. The tent is going to go in here. Tarp up here. Right. Got to get my pack off, get the big camera set up, and let's do this. Oh, yeah, Wowza. Oh. Okay. Right, let me just see if you can see me. Yep, you can. Okay, great. Right, I need to, first of all, let me just tip this up a bit. There you go. Okay, I need to get the, usually I do the tarp first. Oh, as you can see, I've got all my warm stuff on now. Your temperature just, my body, when it was wet, felt so cold. My hands are really cold. I'm going to do the tent first. Usually I do the tarp first, but it's not raining. A little bit of snow. We're going to go and have a look out on the saddle soon. Go and see what the snow's like up there. And we're going to go and get water. So let's get the tent set up. It's only got one door. I need a comfy spot to lie on. I figure directly here would be pretty good. And then I'll sort the tarp out afterwards. So the tent that I've got today is the Cigar 2.0. It's a very, very lightweight alpine tent. I bought this directly from Cigar in France. They're a French company. They deal with mainly mountaineering gear. So all their gear is meant for mountaineering expeditions type of stuff. Now I've got to warn you, the colours on this tent are quite vivid. They call it, so that's a spare sleeve in case you break a pole. They call this colour, well, they used to call it pink, and then they changed it slightly, and now they call it rose. I don't know. I guess when you're on a mountain, you want to be visible. Okay, so it's got 3 poles, 2 long poles and a top pole. And the black tips go in first. And then this pole goes in last. These are very lightweight DAC Featherlight NFLs. I think they're 9mm. Okay, so this tent is extremely light. A single layer tent, breathable material. The floor is Dyneema. 1 door and 1 big vent at the back and a vent on the roof as well. Now they're numbered, the poles. So that's number 1. Okay. And I've got to say, these are finicky. At the top here, they catch when you put the other pole in. I don't know why that is. But the other one I've got from them, the 2.5, does the same thing. Oh no. I've disconnected a pole here, hang on. Okay. Right. Okay, number 2 goes in the other way. I'm guessing, yeah, must be. I'm guessing they do that for strength. Alright, so this is where it catches. Now, I don't like clipped tents. Some people love them. I can't stand them. I like sleeves. It just seems to be less that could go wrong with a sleeve than there is with clips. Okay, so once that's in, tighten up. I think this goes on the outer, yep. All right, that's it. Really? And then the top pole goes in. So what you've got to do is tighten these up at the bottom and make sure they are really tight. Because a lot of the strength is just in these poles and how tight you've got them done up. You see how light it is? It keeps floating around. Okay, and then this pole here. Now I've got to remember how you do this. I think it threads through this gap here. Yep, and then that clips on the end. And that's it. And then you tighten these vents up at the top, secure them, make them taut. And then you can guy it out. But I want to get its position right first. So the tarp has got to be centered over it. There is a bit of a fire pit here already, but I'm going to make my own fire pit a bit further here. I'm going to have my head up that end. My chair can go here because this is nice hard ground here. So I figure my chair can go here. That's good. I think just here is fine. Okay, it comes with these really tiny, funky little pegs that are plastic that will snap, I'm sure, if you stand on them. You're meant to bash them in. So let's peg it out. So I need a stone just to bash these in. I could use the back of my knife. I don't think that's going anywhere. Okay. They are plastic. I mean, I don't know how good these things are really. How much they can withstand. See, that one's bent already. No. I think probably the first thing you want to do if you get this tent is chuck these plastic pegs away. Because they're rubbish. Yeah, they're absolutely rubbish. I'm going to have to stand on it. Ah. See, this peg is ruined already. Well, there's more to a tent than just the pegs. All right, that's it. That's pegged in. That's not going anywhere. I'm not even going to put the guy lines out. It does get very windy up here, but if I need to, I could guy these off to the trees. But yeah, I'm not even going to bother. I'll chuck the guy lines in the tent, just in case I need them. Alright, so now we'll get the tarp done. Whew. Actually, before we get the tarp done, let me get my chair. So I can sit in comfort. Now, some of you might recognize this. This is the Helinox Chair Zero High Back. I had one of these and it snapped. It snapped at this point here. They gave me a new one, free one. So I thought I'll give it another go. Let's see how it does. So let's get this set up. Alright, it's on. Now the reason I've gone with this chair again, I mean I used it a lot, the last one, and it was absolutely fine, and then it just snapped when I stood up. Maybe I'd over abused it, I don't know. Maybe I'm too heavy for it. But it is a comfy chair and it does weigh hardly anything. So it does have its advantages. Okay, we've got a lot to do. I've got to get firewood. Right, but let's get the tarp set up. So this is where it snapped last time. It's okay this time. I'm going to be really careful with it. Now I know that that's potentially a weak point. Okay, tarp. I have got the Samaya. This is new. This is a lightweight tarp. Same as the tent. Not used this either. Not even sure 100%. It does come with guy lines. But as I say, it's brand new. I haven't even had it out of the pack because I didn't have time. All right, let's get this set up. I can't even remember what shape it is. So it's a Dyneema tarp. Very, very strong Dyneema. 100% waterproof. Okay, it doesn't look like it's got any shape to it at all, so it's just a square or a rectangle or something, so I'm going to need this centered. I'm going to need it back as far as the top of the tent here, so about here. Okay, now the guy lines that it comes with, I hope are long enough. Otherwise, I've got big problems. Wow, these are really short guy lines. This could be a problem. I might have to. Now, luckily, I have brought with me 2 main guy lines, which are really long. And if necessary, I can cut some of this cord and make more guy lines. So what I think I'll do is, I've got some calculations to do. I need to work out, first of all, where I'm going to tie this off to. It's quite small tarp, and if I'm going to have it covering just the back of the tent here, that doesn't give me a lot of room to play with. So I need to get the back tied out first. So what I'll do is I'll get all this done, I'll bring you back when I've got it all set up. Okay, tarp is set up. It's all solid and it's rigid, she said. So I need to just get everything out of my pack, get it into the tent. As you can hear, it's snowing. That's not sleet. That is snow now. So I've got a table, got my Trangia cook system, water bottle, I've got to go and fill that up. Camera gear with Bruno and Brucey. Got to dry my hat off. Towel, always bring a towel. So useful. Okay, and then in my wet sack, all my clothes and stuff. Knife I'm going to use for batoning. Rainproof jacket, although this is rainproof as well. This is waterproof. Got some water. I got some fuel, stove, ouch pouch, which is my medical kit. Camera. And my saw. Okay, so got long johns, spare socks, well indoor socks, gloves, sleeping pad, my pillow, and I'm testing out a new system that I bought, another Zen bivvy. This time it's the ultralight. It's in here. I've got to open it, de-loft it. This is a 10 Fahrenheit bag. I've heard great things about it. I have my concerns that the stuffing is not good. It's got a sheet. Because I've held this up to the light, even when it's fully fluffed, and I could see big gaps in it. Big gaps when it's held up to the light, and you can't see it on your camera, but it needs to de-loft a lot. But the down is really sticking together, and I'm not sure if they've treated the down or not, and they probably haven't. So it clags together. Other quilts that I've got, you don't get this problem, but this doesn't look very lofted to me. It will loft up a lot by tonight. So fingers crossed that thing does a good job. I'm skeptical though, very skeptical. I do need a coffee. But first things first, got to go find some firewood. There's some trees back there that I saw. I'm going to go chop those down, bring them back, get sawing, chopping, get the fire ready. Then we can relax, have a coffee and chill out. So I'll come back when I've got the logs. Okay. 4 pretty good sized pieces. That wouldn't last too long. I might go and get a couple more, then come back. We'll go to the tarn, get some water and put a coffee on, then I'll start dealing with these. So I'll go and find a couple more pieces. Look at the snow. I'm getting hot doing this. And I'll bring them back. Whew. Whew. Oh man, that last one I went a long way for. Alright, let's go to the tarn. Let's get some water. And let's have a look out there. Oh, this little gimbal thing, DJI Action 4 or 3 or whatever it's called. Not Action, Pocket. DJI Pocket 3 camera I'm holding. It's complaining about the temperature. Hang on a second, I think there's something on the lens. Hold on, this is going to freak out now. It's saying its temperature's too low, it can't charge. I mean, it's cold, but it's not 0. I don't think it is anyway. I've got to put my thermometer out. It must be cold because I can't talk properly. Right, let's go to the tarn, fill up with water. Let's go see what the conditions are like out here. Oh, it's calm. Very calm. Oh, it's so peaceful. Snow up the tops. Just down to the cloud level there's snow. Got the entire place to myself. Tarn is just over here. Last time I were here, Bruno was swimming in it. Oh, right, so let me fill up with water. Yes. Fill up with water. Let's go and get a coffee. Oh, I think it's, I don't know if it's starting to come in. I can't tell where the weather is coming from or what it's going to do. All I know is it was meant to snow later and definitely tomorrow morning. But I thought it was meant to sort of be a bit clear now. It's trying. There's some blue sky over there behind me. But where I am, it's very cloudy. Definitely something coming in from over there. It's pitch black over there. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, bring it back to camp. We'll get a coffee on and we'll deal with that firewood. Yep. Excuse the arse shot. Oh. Got my EPIRB, which doesn't really work in the trees. I'll clip it on anyway. It might get a signal, but I doubt it. You meant to have it out in the open, but it might see something from over there. You never know. Okay, let's get the table set up. I slummed it. The last time I was up here, I forgot my chair was very uncomfortable. Not doing that again. This time I got everything. Chair, table, trangia, the works. You don't have to slum it. You don't have to do what a lot of those other guys do. All right. Tell you what, it gets cold very quickly when you stop doing stuff. Right, so I'm going to need my saw to chop everything up, but I'm just so desperate for a coffee. All this bending over is not going to do my back any good. Here we go, a couple of coffees. You know what? I don't know where anything is. I'm so disorganized. I'm down. All right. I got these made. Yeah. Bruno and Bruce. Ooh, you know what? It's cold. I'm gonna have to put my long johns on. So I've got a new trangia. Had this one custom done. Don't know if you can make it out, but just above the sticker, Bruno and Bruce sticker. Can you see that? AB camping stenciled in. Kind of cool. Let me zoom you in a bit here. Just a novelty, you know. Right. I'm being very careful with this chair. Alright, so now the snow, I could move a bit over here, I guess. But I'm fine. I'm just briefly making a coffee. Alright, so now what I've got is, I've got a new type of fuel. That's a solid gel fuel. You know what, I might have to move you closer. Just so you can see better. Hold on. How's that? Better? Can you see me? Can you see the pups? Good. Yeah, I've got this new fuel. It's called Fire Dragon, eco-friendly. So instead of the liquid fuel I usually use, which I spill all over the place, this stuff is a block. And it's non-toxic, doesn't smoke, give off fumes or anything. Now, British military use this stuff. So it's just a block of gel, like that. And now, what have I done with my matches? Here we go. fire lighting kit. I'm going to move these boys over here. It lights, oh God, that's so quick. It lights so much easier than methylated spirits does. Okay, so that's cranking already. Let's get a big one on. And you can now get this option with this new lid with a metal top, this clip, so you can put this whole thing on a fire. Okay, it's properly snowing now. Light flakes, but it is snowing. Once it's a bit more snow, I'll move the camera out so you can see. But I do need to start sawing up. It is going to start getting cold. Bruno for Brucey. Always with me. Okay, I need a double strength coffee. And it comes, the Trangia comes with a pot handle. There's a bush robin just behind the camera. It's coming towards me. Bush robins used to love Bruno and Brucey. Absolutely love them. They come right up to them to check them out. So these fuel things, these blocks, I timed them. They last about 14 minutes. And they can boil this whole thing, I think, in about 6 minutes. It's big, this kettle. I think, is it 6 or is it, yeah, something like that. Five minutes, which isn't bad at all, considering it's nice and quiet. Trangia comes with a cover and a lid for the fuel if I want to put it out. But I've bought a whole bunch of these. Yeah, so check these out. Fire Dragon eco-friendly fuel. It's pretty cool. Right, so now what we've got to do is wait. And look at that go. Just got to wait for this to boil. And then I can bring you back. Alright, here we go, it's boiling. That didn't take long at all. Okay, what we need to do is, I think you could put these out and then relight them. I'm not sure. Let's try. Okay, well, it's out. Oh well, we'll see if that relights. But I would probably put a new one in it anyway. Sound of the snow. I hope you can hear that. It's so cool. Wow, it's actually coming down. I'm only expecting maybe a centimetre or two though. I don't think this is going to be a very big storm. If it is, then great. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thank you for being loyal and also sticking with the channel and with me, with everything that's been going on. Thank you. Right, I'm gonna have this coffee and I'll bring you back for chopping up all of this wood. Obviously I'm not going to film all of it, but you'll get the gist of when I'm batoning with my new knife, wherever that is. Somewhere down here. Oh, here it is. My SE6 new knife, beast. We'll see how well this thing does. I have high hopes. Alright everyone, bring you back. Okay, let's chop this wood up. Okay, first things first, let's get some of it out of the snow. Whew. Okay, no two ways about it, I'm going to be doing this in the snow. But these are waterproof pants, so it doesn't matter. It's hunter's element. Right, so first thing I want to do is find a nice baton. This one looks like it could be quite good actually. Just to split some of the pieces. Yeah, solid. Okay, it's wood chopping, wood sawing time. Half the challenge is finding a platform that's not going to keep rolling around on you. And you don't want to blunt your blade on it. Come on. Oh my god, this is a nightmare. There we go. Old school. This is nice wood. Right, I'm going to be here quite a while. Let me show you, actually, what I want to do is, oh no, I'm tangled up. This is why I hate guy lines. Gosh, the snow is settling. Look at that. I'm gonna have to go around and tighten all the guys up soon because of the added weight. And then I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the back. Make sure this guy is, oh, that's very tight. Okay, right, I know you couldn't see any of that. Okay, so I was going to show you batoning, but what I'm going to do is chop it all up first and then I'll bring you back, because I'm going to be here a while, so bring you back. Okay, so that's all the wood chopped up. So now, not chopped up, sawn up. Okay, so now I need a decent baton. That other one maybe was a bit too thick. So you're not really, there's no benefit to batoning at all, as opposed to say using an axe. Let me just tilt you up a bit. Just realised you can't see me. Hold on. How's that? Is that better? Okay. So yeah, this is the SE6. So as I say, there's no major benefit to batoning. It doesn't. It doesn't do anything special. But some people just swear by it. So this is my new SE6 knife. Wow, I can tell you now, that's sharp, and that's a good wedge. Gosh, that was easy. Now this is beech wood. Beech wood is an absolute nightmare. It's very, very hard wood. It's not like pine. So it takes a lot more to break it, to cut it. So there you go. This is a beast of a knife. Wow. It's American made, SE6, E-S-E-E 6-inch blade. It's good weight. You can tighten it onto your hand if you want. Very sharp. I bought this thing in New Zealand. I'm glad I did. I just can't get over how sharp that is. I went with a 6-inch because, you know, 6 inches. Went with 6-inch because it just gives you a bit more bite, so at the end to hit when you're in. And also this is a bigger blade, so you get 2 hits out of it. 1, 2, you see, before it's completely buried. Strong handle. Ah. There's a knot in this wood, unfortunately. Ah, I did it. That's a bit punky, that wood. That is a bit damp inside. But that side isn't so bad. Okay, good to know. This is why I have to split wood open just to see, because that's going to smoke like crazy, and I bet it's all the same. This big piece that I've got here. I might need a bigger baton. Here we go. Ah, got my fingers. So yeah, don't want to have your fingers holding onto it when you hit this end, but you do need strong handle. So this knife has this butt end here, so you can hit it back easily. I mean, using an axe is so much easier, obviously. This is a thick, big piece of wood. As I say, I can't explain the difference between beechwood and pine. Night and day difference. Get all these comments, oh, you're doing it wrong, blah, blah, blah. No, this is such hard wood. Nothing prepares you for just how strong this stuff is. Now what I could do is wedge that. So if I could stick this piece of wood in here, wedge it, that would split. Let's see if I can do it without having to find a piece. I know this is fascinating. Oh, here we go. And then the knife just drops out. See? That's how much easier it is. It might split. Let's see. Come on. I can hit. Yay! And that's how you do it. All right, everyone. I'm going to split a few more pieces. Bring it back for lighting the fire. Get some heat around here. Woo! Okay, got my wood pile. I've got my kindling and tinder here. So as you've probably heard me say loads of times now, you can never have enough kindling and tinder. So I've set the fire up so I can sit just under the cover here. I've built up a wall. I scoured and got some more rocks. I don't know, the wall might collapse. I've got my firewood pile, which is just awesome pile of firewood. So I think we're good to go. I think we're good to start this thing up. It'll be good to dry my trousers out. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put a base down of some... Oh, I should have moved closer. There's a bit of a melt going on at the moment. I don't know if you can hear it dripping. Right. So I've got a base of logs here. I tell you what, it feels good to be back up here. I think we'll go with 2 fire lighters and matches are where? Usually I have my lighter with me. I've got my lighter, it's in the tent. And immediately a drip goes on there and tries to put the fire out. But these fire lighters are really good. Take a hell of a lot to put those out. All right, so let the smoke begin. Now I've tried to find as dry kindling tinder as possible, but it's still going to smoke. It's just an inevitability. It's so difficult to explain just how difficult it is. I said difficult twice. How difficult it is to get beechwood to light, to take, and then to give off any reasonable heat. It's so hard. But I know, there'll be the opinions. I should probably point out now that I have decided to, going forward, because I have been trying it, experimenting with it, but completely disabling comments on my channel. I really didn't want to, but I'm just so fed up with it. There's so many scams, so many trolls, and saying disgusting, vile things. Here's the thing. My family and friends read these comments and see them, and I don't want them to have to deal with this. My wife reads them. She doesn't want to read comments like that from scumbags, pond scum, about Bruno or Bruce. Especially as she was watching what happened there and then. Well, I will talk about it tonight at Cigar Time. So anyway, yeah, sorry, there will be no comments going forward. I'm sorry to let everyone down. If you want to comment on videos, you can go to the Facebook, my Facebook site, or the Facebook fan page. The proper one, not the fake one. My one has the words official in it. And you'll see it's got like, I don't know, it's got a lot of members, way more members than the other one. So just look, don't join the fake one. It is a fake one. I know people think it's just a public group, but there are scammers on there, and I've already had a bunch of their scams pulled down by Facebook. Even Facebook acknowledged that there were scams, but they don't want to delete the site, and I don't know why. So just be warned. I might try and put a picture up here, if I remember, while I'm doing the edit, of what the proper Facebook page looks like and what the fan page looks like. The fan page, the official fan page, is a private group. You actually have to join. It's free. You don't pay. But you do have to join. The reason for that is that you have to answer some questions to join, just to show that you really are a fan and that you're not a bot, not a fake account. Because there's so many. It's a shame they don't give us these tools on YouTube to get rid of the cesspool that YouTube comment section becomes if you don't manage it properly. Here's the smoke, as I predicted. But that's good. Okay. So now the entire area knows I'm on the mountain. You know what I watched the other... Oh my god. You know what I watched yesterday was Dances with Wolves. Haven't seen that movie for such a long time. It's a brilliant, brilliant film. And the reason I mention it is because the guy lit a fire in the middle of Indian country. When I say Indian, I mean Native American Indian. And they came in and they killed him because they saw the smoke. Okay. Oops. Right. Now that's lit and going, I think it's time for me to put on a hot drink. So I'm going to move back a bit, because the closer I sit to that, the more the smoke is going to come to me. Now let's see if I've got this right. Does the smoke go over the top? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, good. It definitely will once it gets hot enough. Alright, so while that's happening, I'm going to have another coffee. And maybe even a hot chocolate. Now I'll have a coffee. Okay. So my legs are already steaming. Already steaming. So quick. let's light this thing again and see if it works. Although actually, I'm going to put another gel block in. Boil up more water so I've got more fresh water. I recommend these gel blocks. Eco Dragon, or whatever they're called. They light so easily. Way less danger of like leaking fire. Just all round better to use, easier to use. Okay, actually, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have an isotonic, hot isotonic drink first. So let me just rinse my cup out slightly. Okay, hot isotonic. I know everyone's just waiting for this chair to snap. Really hope this one doesn't. Alright, so I've got Barocca Sport isotonic powder. I'm going to have 2 of these. See, fire's cranking now. Those stones are going to get really hot, the stone wall. Oh, actually I don't need that on anymore. Great success. My knife, that was superb. Wow. That thing was amazing. So these things, sort of collapsible water bottles, they're not great. No. These old school Nalgene are still the best. Yeah. I mean, these are great. They fold down out of the way in that respect, but they're just a faff to use, and unless it's flowing water, they're so much harder to fill up. So much harder. So if you can, try and find these old school Nalgene. They're light. Oh, it's snowing. Cool. Yeah, they're lightweight. And just a lot nicer to use, especially if you're not dealing with flowing water. I love using the Trangia, I really do. Oh, and I've got a fire that's cranking. That's so hot now. Okay, now it's there at that state. I need to think about putting bigger pieces on. Put some of these split pieces on. Because the rain, the water is going to try and get in there on the top of it, and this will help dry. This will stop the rain getting in, the water that's dripping down now, protect it, and it will just build up so much heat under there. Easy peasy. I mean, look at this flame. Look at that. This This is awesome. I'm sorry you can't see me because of the smoke. I'll tell you what, I'll turn you around and let you have a look at the snow instead. Because there's massive snowflakes. Cheers everybody, enjoying the snow I hope. It's beautiful. Let's hope it lasts like this all night. I cut a pole just to lift this side up a bit, just so I could see out more, because it was right down here and I couldn't see. Oh, I don't need to see that way at all, so that's a wind block just in case. But yeah, now I can see out and watch the snow. Uh-oh. You know what I don't like about this chair is it makes all sorts of creaks and sounds. That scares me. Now I'm worried that there's a problem with it again, but the other one lasted for a long time until it broke. So whether it was just faulty, that one, I don't know. And then Helinox is pretty good gear, so we'll see. I'm just nervous now, that's all. Just nervous. Right everyone, I'm going to chill out. I'm going to enjoy my fire. Need to dry my pants out, my trousers. And then bring you back for dinner time. This isotonic, this Barocca is delicious. Definitely needed that. I've been sitting here watching a movie. What I like. You see, there's that noise again. I don't know. If it's just settling in, I think it might be. Oh well. We'll see. I hope it doesn't break. I really don't. Can you imagine if I break two of these flipping things? Unbelievable. And I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just sitting in it. All right, everyone. Bring you back for dinner. And I might bring you back if the snowflakes get really thick and heavy again, which they were not long ago. I mean, if it carries on snowing and we get thick stuff, then that'll be a great success. So let's wait and see. I'm predicting it's going to be in the morning though. This is all going to stop. But we'll see. You never know. All right, everyone. Bring you back for dinner time. Oh. All right, welcome back, everybody. I've been sitting in front of the fire, just chilling. Oh, it's been nice. But now it's time to get dinner on. So a treat for dinner. We're gonna do nachos, or as I was corrected by so many in America, because it's the way you say it there, nachos. Look, does it matter how you say it? I don't know. As long as they taste good, who cares what they're called? But anyway, nachos for my friends over there. So what we'll do is get another one of these. So these Eco Fire things, they the cover burns properly as well. So you can actually chuck those in the fire, which is quite nice. It's good that it's all eco and eco packaging and everything else. So the other good news is my chair is still standing. But we haven't had any more snow. We've got some light drizzle, but no more snow yet. It'll probably come. Look how quickly this lights. It's amazing. All right, now I haven't got any oil. Stupidly. So when you don't have oil, the best thing to do is... That happens when there's a breeze. Best thing to do is make sure you've got a nice hot pan. Because you want to really incinerate it. Alright, so the Trangia system comes, well my one, comes with 2 pans and a frying pan. Yeah, so what you do is, I've got my nacho spicy mix. You brown the meat. So I've got to try and do this without making a huge amount of mess. And I've obviously got way too much meat just for me. But it doesn't matter. Because I'm going to eat it all. Because I'm starving and I haven't had lunch. And I want all of that. And if there's any left over, I'll have it for breakfast because I haven't brought any breakfast with me at all. And that's deliberate. Just, I'm not really into breakfast. Only when I'm camping. Otherwise at home, I don't do it. So yeah, I'm just browning the meat. And then what I'll do is add some water and the spice mix. Oh. Now I haven't got any onions and stuff with me. I've got other things that have got onion in them, which is good. So this is a custom version of nachos. I'm not doing anyone's set recipe, just doing my own. Oh no, I'm dropping meat here. Got it, got it. Okay. And before anybody asks, we're in New Zealand. We have no predators, no bears, nothing like that. So it's all safe. You can cook what you want. And it's winter. If you're wondering why it's so freezing cold, because Southern Hemisphere, it's June, that's winter. June, July, August. Okay, so I'm going to keep browning this. Get my nacho mix ready. Now, you know, I don't need to add all of it. Or maybe you do. Can't see it, it's so dark. Oh. One. Can't see what it says. I don't think you add all of it. But I could do, because who cares? It's just me. I think this is mainly going to be beef, not so much nachos. Yeah, you see, I said nachos. Now, I've let my fire die down just a bit. It is giving off a ton of heat, but I just don't want loads of smoke while I'm cooking, while I'm filming. So I've got enough fuel tablets, I think, to do this meal and a few more coffees. I bought quite a few tablets with me. But it's good because, you know, the methylated spirits stuff, not so good. You can't really calculate how many things you're going to be able to cook with it. Whereas with these, I know exactly what I'm going to be able to cook with it. I don't think they last as long as having a whole load of methylated spirits. Honestly, I don't know. I didn't compare weight for weight what lasts longer. But I know these give off more heat than meths. Okay, so I think that's browned enough. I think you don't, I'm sure from memory, you don't add all of this. Oh wow, it smells strong. But I do want to taste it, and I do want it spicy. So I am going to add quite a lot. I've added half a packet. And then you add water. Not much. I think that will do it. Why is the flame all on this side? Okay. Look at that. The flame is flicking up here. I don't know why. Now the other thing is with this block is, I guess it doesn't come with a regulator. So you can turn it down to a simmer mode. Just so you know, it doesn't have that capability. Alright, and then we'll just let that reduce, cook down. Oh man, my mouth is watering already. That smells just superb. I put quite a lot of mix in there. Whatever. Okay, I've got my bag of nachos. Let's see what these are like. Salted tortillas. Mmm. Wow. Those are very, very nice. Mmm. Okay. Oh, this is bubbling away nicely. So I reckon that one tablet was good enough to cook all this and reduce it. That's not bad. And it's so much better than using those hexy tablets. I mean, those things are toxic. They're awful. I don't know if you can hear that. Bubbling away nicely. It's about to go out, I think. And it's out. Okay. Well, that was pretty good timing because we'll get another one on. Tablets. They're not tablets, they're gel. I can't explain it. It's just it's a gel, but it's a hard block gel. Right, get that bubbling again, and I'll bring you back for layering it up and cooking it. Okay, we're good. The smell is just something else. Oh, I'm definitely glad I put a lot in. These are going to be so good. Okay, now everybody has their own way of stacking the nachos. And I've tried lots of different ways. And I found that putting nachos at the bottom stops it burning, stops it sticking. So just a layer of them at the bottom stops the beef from really burning at the bottom. The other thing you could do is layer it and make it more oven-like, but meh, whatever. All right, let's start scooping some beef in here. Oh boy. Oh, I'm going to get so many comments that I'm doing it wrong or whatever. I just know it. Okay, I've got enough beef for one more layer. Let's take that off. Okay, and then what I'll do is put some cheese. Oh no. Because these are cheesy nachos. Half a pack. Oh god, keep it in the pan, man. Oh, I forgot to put my tomato paste in. That was silly, wasn't it? Where is that actually? Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot my tomato paste. Oh well, whatever. Okay, I've got some olives. But yeah, you are meant to use the tomato paste. I've just realised that I forgot it. When you're cooking up the meat. I don't think it's essential. Okay, I'm going to chuck some olives in there. I know you're meant to slice them, whatever. None of it matters. Okay, now I've got guacamole to put on top. And this is cooked with... The guacamole so is made with onion and garlic too. Okay, so now let's put some more tortillas on. Okay, rest of the beef. I've gone completely overboard here. We might have to pack this down a bit and condense it, because it's just physically not going to fit. And I'm going to eat it with a spoon anyway. Cheese. I'm doing this all the wrong way, but whatever. Actually, no. You know what? I'm going to put more tortillas on. And then we'll put the cheese on top of that. Get it in there. Oh yeah. Look at that. I'm going to put some guacamole on just to warm it up, heat it up. Now, yeah, avocado and stuff you can add after you've cooked it. Again, this is, you know, there's no one way to make this stuff. Even in the States, when I've had it, so many places, it's always different, always. And it's always a mess cooking it. I've yet to see anyone do this where it's not a complete mess. It comes out and you... Ooh, that's nice. Oh, wow, the garlic in that. Amazing. And I've got some sour cream to chuck on once it's cooked. But right now, my biggest concern is going to be this flame will be too hot. Master the olives. Yeah, that's a problem. The flame. Oh well. We might get away with it. Okay, lid on. Trap that heat. I think let it sit for just 5 minutes. Then I've got my sour cream. Yum. And then we're going to pile into this thing. And it's going to be absolutely delicious, because all camp meals, all meals taste better when you're camping. Ah, let's clean up our rubbish. Keep a tidy campsite, keep a neat campsite. And we're good. All right, everyone, I'll bring you back when this is ready. All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm so excited. Now, the thing is, this is going to be really hot. Oh, look at that. The cheese has melted perfectly. Okay, let's see how I'm going to do this. That might work. All right, sour cream for the win. All right, everybody, there we have it. Nachos with beef, olives, guac, the works in a spicy mix. What a camp meal. Okay, let's tuck in and see what we got here. Ow, hot, 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 hot. Oh, wow. Wow. Mmm. Oh, it's all so good. You know what? I could have even given it another couple of minutes on here, on the fire, just to make it even hotter. I mean, it's I'm going to give it another couple of minutes just to maximize the heat. That wasn't hot enough. Half of it was hot, the other half was warmish. But the taste, wow. Something about camp nachos, they're just so superb. I've got my cranking fire, which I might now stoke up in preparation for cigar time. So, yeah, let's do that. You can't see the fire, but you're about to see the smoke. But, oops, we want maximum fire. I want this thing to roar. I might leave enough for tomorrow. I've got a fair bit left. So yeah, I might leave enough just for tomorrow, just to have another fire tomorrow. Because I think we've got snow in the morning, and my plan was just to hang out and chill out here. So we could do that. Okay. This thing is bubbling away. Oh, it's sizzling. All right, what we got now? And it hasn't burned. Well, a tiny bit. Okay, what are we dealing with now heat-wise? Let's have a look. Hot, hot. Okay, that's better. Well, that's made a huge difference. I wish I had a beer. Sorry about the smoke. I wish I had a beer to go with this. But I'm on the wagon. I'm not drinking. Haven't drunk for over a month. Just don't feel like it. Whatever. I'm going to gorge this, and then I'll bring you back for cigar time when the fire is cranking and it's toasty. I'm toasty from this. Bring you back at cigar time. Thanks again, everyone, for coming. Campfire nachos. Well, camp nachos. I didn't cook them on the campfire. Oh. Welcome back, everybody. I've got a brew on. I'm gonna have a hot chocolate. Wow, the the nachos, insane. Oh, you know what? It's been completely calm, nothing, and now it's snowing. Very light snow. So for cigar time, I've got a, I think it's a Henry Upman. I can't remember. I think it's an Upman Robusto. A lovely smoke. Beautiful cigar. Used to smoke these in Hong Kong. Yep. I don't know if the camera is picking up this snow, but luckily it's coming from that direction so I can sit near the fire and not get covered. Ah, haven't had a cigar, gosh, for a long time. So much has happened, obviously. I've got 4 of these fuel pods left. So, yeah, I've got enough for all of my drinks for tomorrow. that's it, and I'm not having breakfast. So I've got some nachos left over that I might snack, and I've got some biscuits as well, just as a backup. I always carry backup food, 1 MRE meal. Lovely. Beautiful cigar. Gosh, look at these flames flying over the kettle. These fuel pods, they're so strong. God. Amazing. I hope they don't melt the handle. I'm sure they're not meant to come up like that. But the water is boiling now anyway. That's not bad. Ah, yes it is. Gosh, it's hot. I should have taken those off, that rubber thing off. Okay. Hot chocolate and a Henry Upman Robusto. I've also got some Walker's shortbread, my favourite, as many of you all know. This and Jaffa cakes are my favourite. Let's not have those just yet. I've been dreading this cigar time, to be honest. I've had to do this before with Brucey. So I want to start by saying thank you to everyone for being so loyal and sticking with the channel even though I've been gone for a couple of months. I've tried to post some little things about the puppies in case you haven't seen, and in case you're new to the channel, I've got a couple of puppies. Bernie is the boy and Bolly is the girl. They're brother and sister border collies. We're going to be dreading this. So, my border collie Bruno, who was just a year and a half, we were out camping. And I know there's been a lot of opinions and a lot of conjecture about what happened. Even comments saying, oh, it sounds suspicious and blah, 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 blah. Fact of the matter is, nobody knows out there. Nobody. The only people who know are myself and Anne and the vet. Nobody else knows because I haven't talked about it to anybody. Because we were distraught. I was distraught. So we were camping in Buddy the camper van in a area not too far from here. Everything was normal. I was filming as normal, and Bruno had already had a treat. This treat was one that I'd got from the store. It was absolutely fine. It was nothing to do with the treat whatsoever. So you can stop with all of that conjecture straight away. It was nothing to do with the treat. He had his dinner. We'd had a play, we'd had a run around, we'd had an explore. We did all the usual things we do. He'd run through the water. It wasn't algae in the water either. I know that a couple of people have mentioned that. No, it wasn't that either. Everything. And I filmed the whole thing. I just didn't put it out. I haven't put the video out. I've still got the footage, but I'm never going to put that footage out because that's just for myself and Anne. So he had his dinner. He was absolutely fine, behaving normally. People were saying, "Oh, the way he stuck his head into my lap. Oh, there's something be wrong." Bruno did that every single time I was with him. Always. Every video. So please stop saying that. He always rests his head. He shoves your arm up and he would rest his head in your lap. Did it at home, did it on the videos. Okay? Again, everyone's got an opinion and none of them help. Not one of them. It's just stuff that I don't want to read, which is why we don't have comments anymore. I'm sorry if that sounds a bit brutal, but we're the ones that have to cope with it and deal with it and listen to it even though it's wrong. And I'm not going to answer 7,000 comments about what went wrong. Okay? You can either watch this video, hopefully you're watching now, well, I'm talking to you, so you must be, and understand what happened, and then that's the end of it. But I don't want to. If I see a comment or if I get a question from someone, it will be ignored. I will not talk about this subject again. I can't. So I put my dinner on, which again you can see in the video that I did put out about Bruno. I was cooking a chicken over the fire, and at that point just then I did a FaceTime call with Anne, my wife, and Bruno was just running round and round and round. Now when I did the FaceTime call with Anne and Bruno was running around, he was out of my sight for a few minutes. I mean, literally 4 minutes out of my sight. He disappeared behind the van. And I called and he was straight back like that, as normal. So that was a bit earlier, sorry, before he had his dinner. Sorry. Anyway, he had his dinner. Was absolutely fine, behaving absolutely normally. Took him for a walk. We played, I was throwing chunks of ice, he was catching them, saw that all on the video, that was all fun. We came back down, we sat down, he sat next to me, it was all good, and then suddenly he got up really fast and walked off to a tree. I was watching him, and I'd never seen him behave like this ever. Now I'm assuming what happened was while he was by that tree he was throwing up. Because his stomach contents were empty. In the post-mortem, they said they were empty. And so I was watching, and then he came back. And he was acting odd. And he lay right next to me on his mat. Didn't put his head in my lap. He just lay there. So I watched him. Now, at this point, I'd stopped the camera. I was focused on Bruno. Anyway, I'd say 5 minutes later, he darted off. Back and forth, and I managed to grab him and hold him, and he was convulsing. He was having a seizure. Now I didn't want him to swallow his tongue, so I tried to stick my hand in to keep the tongue out, and his incisors, he didn't bite me, it's just his incisors are so sharp that it cut right into my finger. I had blood coming out. So I'm holding him, and he's a heart attack. And he stops breathing. There's no pulse. So I do CPR, mouth to mouth, and I managed to get him breathing again, and get him back again. But he's not really responding to me. Again, he's seizing. And then this happened again, and I did it again, and managed to get him back. I picked him up, put him back to the van, and managed to reach my phone, and I called Anne on FaceTime, on video. And I was panicking at this point. And I'm holding him because he's convulsing. And I scream at Anne to get the vet on the phone, the emergency number. Now, we were 3 hours from anywhere, and it was now dark. Twisty roads. To get to the vet would have taken me, 3 hours. I was... So we got the vet on the phone, and I'm talking to Bruno. I'm talking to him constantly, and Anne is as well. And the vet says, look, try and make him throw up. I tried, but he'd obviously already thrown up. I was rinsing his mouth with water. And the vet could hear everything and was telling us what to do to keep him calm, to talk to him. And then, and then his, he had one more fit, and Anne was watching, and his heart stopped again, stopped breathing. And I started doing CPR again, and mouth to mouth. And again, the vet's telling me what to do. And tried for minutes. Yeah. We were both talking to him. And Anne was talking to him. Trying to bring him back. But he was gone, and he died there in my arms. I'm sorry. I haven't talked about this at all since then. So, said goodbye to the vet. And I'm sitting there on the ground with Bruno. And I just don't know what to do. And Anne and I were in silence, just distraught. So I said to Anne that I need to think about what to do next. I don't think she wanted me to drive back straight away in the middle of the night, because I was such a mess. And it was so far, and it's twisty, dark roads, but I called her back 5 minutes later and said, that's it, I'm coming back. I'm bringing him home. So I packed everything up, wrapped him. He was in the blanket because I was trying to keep him warm. I'm sorry. And took him home, and I had to stop a few times to be sick. I think I was in shock, and was getting worried, trying to track me on the way home. And of course, I kept stopping to throw up. And I get home and and said goodbye to him. And the next morning, we took him to the vet for the post-mortem, for the autopsy. I'm sorry. Anyway, we got the results a couple of days later. Yeah, his stomach was empty, but it was poison. And whatever he'd gone off to do behind the van, whatever was there, whatever he found, I'm assuming, was poisoned. And he must have licked it or something. Now, New Zealand uses a lot of poison. It just is everywhere. Because they're trying to kill off everything, basically. Everything. Deer, rodents, possums, everything. And they carpet bomb the place with poison. I'm assuming that something had crawled out of the area where they'd done this and managed to make it to wherever we were, and yeah. So we had Bruno cremated. We have the ashes at home, and we're going to plant a tree in a spot that we choose by our house. And that'll be where Bruno is. Now with Brucey, I scattered his ashes here. But I won't be doing that this time with Bruno. He was only a year and a half. Brucey was 12. So, the house, I was in quite a state. I had a bit of PTSD from the whole thing, and wasn't handling it very well at all. The house just seemed dead to me. His toys were everywhere, his bed, everything. And you got to remember that the first thing I saw in the morning was Bruno, and he was the first thing I saw in the last thing I saw in the evening. He was with me 24/7. We didn't go to work. We don't work. We were retired. So he was never left alone. He was always with one of us. We were never without him. And it was the same with Bruce. And some people just don't know. They just don't get it. They'll say, oh, it's just a dog. Get over it. Stop being such a wuss. Grow up. Or stop being such a crybaby. I don't care. Those people obviously have never loved like we've loved. But those of you, the thousands who wrote in, who have pets and have been through this, you know. I'm sorry, I've got to find a tissue. Oh. Good old toilet roll. I know this isn't what you want to see. And yeah, I'm sorry about that. but a lot of people wanted an explanation, and I needed to talk about it because I haven't yet. And it's good for me to get it out and talk about it. So the house was very empty. We'd always had dogs. Always. We're dog people. We love them. I couldn't imagine a house without a dog. That bond. So, yeah, both of us were just like, oh, we don't know what to do. So we said, well, shall we go and just look at puppies, border collie puppies, just to see how we feel. So we did. We looked at quite a few. And then there was this one farm, Debbie she had the puppies. And we fell in love with just that group of puppies, the litter and the way they've been brought up, the environment, and the puppies themselves were just beautiful. They only had one girl, Bolly. And the poor little thing, everyone had been obviously giving all the attention to the boys. She'd walked off and gone onto the steps all by herself, and I just felt for her. But we'd already decided on Bernie because we said, which one is the softest? Just the one that like snuggles, cuddles, the softest. And that was Bernie. And he is a softie. He is a complete softie. He loves Bolly so much. They love each other so much. They haven't actually been apart yet. So it'll be interesting when I take one of them camping, what happens. But they won't be alone. Obviously, the other one won't be allowed alone. Would be with Anne. So the plan is that Bernie comes with me. Bernie is mine, and Bolly is Anne's company when I'm not there. Because I like camping with a dog, and I love border collies. I love camping with border collies. It just makes me happy. It's not for the channel. It's that's what I like to do. Yeah, I had dogs way before I was a YouTuber. Was it too soon to get the puppies? No, not at all. It pulled us out of a dark place. They did. Yeah, I don't know what we'd have done otherwise. Probably gone overseas and travelled to go see Brandon. Because obviously Brandon was extremely upset as well. So it's cheered him up to see us happy as well. Happy again. So that was it. That's what happened. Now we have Bernie and Bolly. B-O-L-L-Y. People ask what is Bolly. It's short for Bollinger. Usually you would do B-O-L-L-I-E. But we chose B-O-L-L-Y. Bolly. Like Dolly, whatever. And Bernie, no particular reason. But Weekend at Bernie's came to mind for me. And also in Meet the Fockers, Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, Dustin Hoffman's character is Bernard. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, we just like Bernie and it really fit him. So they are a couple of absolutely lovely, beautiful pups. They're now coming up to 4 months old. With us every second of the day. Sleeping inside all the time. They come on the bed in the morning, they come on the bed in the evening. Lots of cuddles. And they play constantly. They are a nightmare. Oh, chasing each other. Oh, just zipping around. knacker themselves out and then zipping around again. So that's the future. We will never forget Bernie and Brucey and Bruno, obviously. But we do have to move on. And yeah, it's the best medicine. All right, everyone, that's it for cigar time. That was all I was going to talk about for this one. I'll bring you back at bedtime. But now I'm back camping. It does feel good to be camping. I just wish I had Bruno with me, but I don't. I will be doing more car camps and adventures like that than wild camps for the rest of this year. Just state of mind, and also to bring Bernie along, I probably need to be at the camper van. So I'm hoping to go out in a few days, but I'll be by myself again. In a car camp. Got some other gear to test. My toilet paper is soggy. Don't know why. That backpack, SWD backpack leaks. And it's good timing. The fire is just going down. Red hot embers. It's so hot. I'm going to leave all of this for tomorrow. Because tomorrow could be a bit of a long morning. I've got nothing to rush back for. I want to enjoy it up here with the snow. If it does snow. Which I think it's going to. So stick around. I think we're going to get some snow in the morning. Alright, everybody. Again, thank you for all the comments. Thank you also for everyone who's bought merchandise. All the YouTube members. All the super thanks. And all of the treats on Buy Me a Coffee for Bernie and Bolly and myself and for Bruno. Thank you for all the likes and subscribes to the channel. Thank you for all those people who share the channel to their friends and say, try watching this. We get a lot of that, and thank you so much. So thanks again, everybody. Thank you for all the love that you sent us. It meant a lot. Right, I'll bring you back at bedtime. See you later, everyone. Right, welcome back, everybody. Let me get in here. Good thing about this tent is this massive door. Okay. Now, I don't know how much you can see. I've got the Zen Bivy pad here, which I need to blow up first. Oh, it's cold now that the fire's gone out. And everything in here is freezing cold. Right, now this is quite a convoluted system because you've got the sleeping bag, but you've also... that's the tent repair kit. I'll run you through the tent in a minute. But you've also got a sheet that you have to fit. So first of all, we're going to pump up the tent with my Flextail Gear Mini. So let's do that. Not the tent, the pad. Ugh. Okay, excuse the arse shot. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I can turn this into a light. Hang that up. Alright, so I might just give this a quick extra top up. I'll tell you what, the Thermarest is a much better system. Okay. Alright, so Zen Bivy. So we've got... This is not easy. Let me move this out of the way for you. I know that's getting on your nerves. Okay, so we've got this sheet. It's like a bottom sheet, and it's an insulated pillow cover as well. So this goes over the bed, over the pad, like so. Okay. And then you've got a pad strap underneath that secures it to the pad. I think there's 2 of these. Yeah, there are. Okay. All in the name of comfort. Alright, so you gotta reach around. Ooh, okay, that's one. Oh, I'm afraid you're getting a lot of arse shots. And then this last one here. Find that clip. All right. Come on, clip, clip. There. Let's straighten that up. So you're literally sleeping on this sheet. Well, not literally, you are sleeping on this sheet. Now the point of this whole thing there, it's pretty quick. Okay, so the point of it is these flaps on the side form a barrier to sort of mimic being at home. Now I know that sounds a bit odd. You can't picture it, can you? Right, now this has lofted up now. But I can see the gaps. Just slight gaps, not many, but you've got to shake this thing around a lot, make it settle. I don't like the baffles in this thing compared to my EE, my Enlightened Equipment one. I think they're better. There's a lot of stuffing in the foot box, which is important. Feet always get cold in the sleeping bag. Okay. So you've got color-coded pad attachments here. I'll do the other side first because I'm going to get in from this side. It's difficult to explain. So you hook it onto these attachments and the wings are on the outside, these flaps. And that stops any breeze or draft getting in the middle of the night. There you go, 4 of them. All right. So you can see the color-coded things here. And they line up here, you see? So the point is, here, I'll do this one up. With this flap on the outside, no air is going to be lost from the quilt. It means you get spread out in there, you can toss and turn, but no air gets out. It's got a draw cord, so you can tighten it, and your pillow box is insulated. So you shove your pillow in there, put your head in there, and you've got this cover over your head. That's the theory anyway. Let's see how comfy it is. I will join you from inside the bed. Now, this pad does not seem as good as the Thermarest. I'll just say that right now. I always use a Thermarest pad. Those things are pretty bomb-proof. This seems a bit more fragile. Hey, but we'll see. Okay, I'll bring you back from inside bed. All right, we're in bed. So here's what you do. This would be a faff in the middle of the night with the light off. So you'd have to turn your light on. They're color coded, so it's quite easy to find. I guess they've improved on the original Zembivis that I used, because I've got 4 of these now. Paid for this one with my own money, so this is an unbiased review, I guess. Right, and we're in. So straight off, I'll tell you, it's comfy. It is comfy. The pad is comfortable. There are, I think, yeah, it's comfy. It's short. It's a short pad. You've got to pull yourself all the way up and then tuck in, pull this drawer cord. But I'm looking through the light and I can see gaps. That's disappointing. It's difficult to explain. I'm not doing something weird in here. I'm just trying to loft where I can see the gaps. I'm trying to scoot it the down into where the gaps are. But the down is sort of stuck together a bit. It's clumpy. I guess I don't know what the quality of the down is. I don't know what they've used to treat it or anything. But my lighting equipment doesn't do that. But whatever. We'll see. I mean, wow, it really swells up when you're inside it. I won't be able to tell until I'm asleep. See how warm I get. My hands are cold. I feel cold now. So that's enough about the Zembivi for now. The tent. This tent has so many features. It's unbelievable. Gear loft up above. Massive full-length pocket here all the way along. It's nicely clipped here so it doesn't flop. I've got a vent if I needed it. So if I had a dog in here as well, I would definitely have this open. And it's got mesh on it, as you can see. So that would then clip down here, and then I would open this vent. But I don't think I'm going to need it tonight. This is a breathable material, and I've got 2 vents. You can't see them, but they're here above the gear loft. And I can close those vents if I want. So if you had a full winter blizzard and snow and spindrift is coming in everywhere, you'd probably seal yourself in just for maximum warmth. But yeah, I've got these open. This breathable material will be interesting to see how it copes. It's worked well for me in the past with the 2.5 tent that I've got of theirs. And Dyneema floor is good, all secure. A lot of leg room. I've got room to stretch out. It's for 2 people, it works. You wouldn't fit max pads in here, the max size pads, but 2 ordinary size singles. You could actually do head to toe as well to give yourself a bit more room. That would probably work better than head to head. It would make it easier to get out as well. Because you've got 2 exit, you've got 1 door, but you've got double zips, so you can get out either side. I'm assuming that's why they designed it like that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a nice space in here. A nice space. Oh, getting hot in this bag. Now this is rated to 10 Fahrenheit. I don't know. With these gaps that I'm seeing, I just don't, like, there's a massive gap. Look at that. That's just material. There's no down there at all. Look at that. But there's a clump here. It just won't declump. I don't know. Have I got a dud? I don't know. I wouldn't trust that. There's nothing there. See, I'm pinching both sides. There's nothing. So either they've missed some stuffing there. I'd have to weigh the bag to see if it's actually what they say it's meant to be. But that could be faulty. That could be faulty right here, which is crucial. And a big mess up if they have messed up. Right, we'll see in the morning. It's not going to be 10 Fahrenheit. I mean, -2 maybe centigrade. Yeah. All right, everyone, I'm going to hit the sack. If anything happens in the middle of the night, like massive snow, I'll bring you back. Wish me luck. See you in the morning, everyone. I'm steaming. See you in the morning. Night-night. Sit rep. It's 2 a.m. It got a little bit damp in here, just a little bit. So I've opened the vent there and opened the front door a bit to let cross flow of air. That seems to have done the trick. I guess the conditions were such that we had to have the venting open. I can hear a little bit of snow outside. Let's have a look. Yeah, snowing a little bit. There's a little layer out there of snow actually. Oh, there's snow. Hold on. Snow on the tarp. Yep. Well, it's only a little bit. Gosh, when you clear the snow off, you really hear it. Now, I could go and bash it off. But I don't think it's a problem. It's not heavy. As long as it doesn't get heavy, then we're okay. I'll just keep an eye on it. I don't think it's meant to get sort of heavyish until 9 a.m, something like that. Until then, it's only meant to be like this a little bit. Okay. I'll leave it. The sleeping bag. This quilt is Zimbivvy. It's pretty comfy. Yeah, pretty comfy. The pad's okay. If you lean on it, sit up, then you get a cold spot, hot spot. You can't take it. But it's okay. It's nowhere near as warm as my Thermarest NXT. That thing is insanely warm. It bounces heat back at you. This doesn't. It just seems to stop the cold. So there's no way this is as warm as the Thermarest. I would not use this in a 10 degree Fahrenheit. I'm assuming you're meant to be wearing multiple layers if you do. I don't think that rating is accurate. I'd say that was a limit, not comfort. Just judging by the down and everything. Yeah. And this pad, just no way. But other than that, it's fine. It's kind of comfy. You tuck in and then you can go to sleep and it feels comfortable. You don't have any exposed parts. You pull the draw cord and it's nice. Right, hopefully I sleep till good morning now. Oh, sorry, sleep till good morning. And bring you all back then. Oh, catch you in the morning. Morning, everybody. It was pretty good sleep. I kept feeling like I had a cold spot, but I don't know. I woke up feeling really warm and toasty. So the bag definitely worked. Did a good job. The pad, it's comfortable, but it's just not as warm as the Thermarest pad. So I wouldn't use this pad again for really cold conditions. Right, I don't know what the situation outside is. I can hear it's windy and it's cold. I think it's snowing. Let's have a look outside. Oh, what's it doing? Oh, it's snowing. Oh, we're weighed down a little bit with snow. Not much. I've got to bash that off. But it is snowing. What have we got out there? Centimetre? Couple of centimetres, I think. All right, we need to get up, get a fire going, get a coffee on. Ah, Winter Wonderland. A winter wonderland. How beautiful is this? Oh, just look around. We need a coffee and we need a fire. I think we'll get the fire going first. Now the problem with these Hunter's Element gloves is they're difficult to put on once your hands get damp. Okay. We need some good standing kindling. That is very dead. Like this stuff. This is going to need a lot. Okay. Now, I haven't checked the weather forecast, but I'm assuming what it's saying is similar to what it said yesterday, that there's a storm coming in and it's gonna get hairy. Let's get this fire lit. Woo! It feels good to be back. I hope you all can see me. I've got 2 firelighters left, just in case. But we'll see how that does. All right, we need to get a coffee on. So what you're going to see is, as this fire heats up, everything's going to start dripping on top of it. All this snow above. It'll definitely start dripping. Right, now, at the risk of more smoke, I need to cover that. Okay, it's doing averagely well. This isn't going to be one of my finer fires, but I could put another firelighter on, or another couple, if I feel it needs more. Oh, smoke. Oh. Oh man, that's bad. The wind is blowing it straight to me. I need the wind to blow that way. Okay. I think the key now is not to touch it. It seems to be going. I'm going to put one more firelighter in there just to give it a boost. But it seems to have taken. But I just want to help it out a bit. Because as everything starts dripping, there we go. Everything starts dripping, it could put it out. All right. Time for a hot chocolate. No, a coffee, I mean. Everything's covered in snow. Now what I could do, if this gets hot enough, is boil the water on the fire. Actually, I could do that later, when I've run out of fuel. Sorry for the arse shot. I tell you what, I find gloves more of a hindrance than a benefit most of the time. I think I'd rather just have cold hands. You see, now we're cooking. It feels good to be back out here again. Especially in the snow. Anyone who knows me knows I love the snow. Right, we might as well boil a whole kettle load so I can get 2 cups of coffee. And what I'll do this time is I'll take the plastic handle off. There you go, so it doesn't get burnt. Okay. Oh, we've got a bush robin here as well. I think we're doing okay. I'm afraid to touch it just in case I mess it up. Oh. So yeah, as the heat builds up, it's going to start raining. Okay, I need to get some coffee. Oh, the smoke. Right, I'm going to start the day with a double. I've got 5 coffees. Caffeine fixes everything. Yeah, the fire has... looks like it's taken now. I should probably split some wood. Oh, I've put everything miles away. Okay, let's... got a nice stone there, right. So let's split some wood. Okay, that's good. These small split pieces should catch a lot easier with a lot less smoke. Oh. Because we're not looking for long burn time, we're looking for high heat. This knife just went straight through that massive knot. That's very impressive. Okay, I'll split more as I need it. All right, how are we getting on here? Things have died down on the fire. Come on now, don't go out. Keep going. Oh. These are tough conditions to get a fire going in, especially with beech wood. Stuff just does not like to catch. Okay. Fingers crossed. We need this coffee, we really do. Are we boiling? Almost. We're almost there. I don't know if the camera's picking up the sound of the snow. Oh, the smoke. Oh, why is it blowing towards me? Come on, fire, you can do it. It's just clinging on. Just everything is so wet from yesterday. Oh, come on, stop. Okay, here we go. Coffee time. Oh, I need this. Right. I'm going to sit, enjoy my coffee. I'll bring you all back when the fire is roaring, hopefully, and the snow is coming down. Thanks again, everyone. Okay, need to get some more water. So while there's a little bit of a lull in the snow, it's just a little bit, we're going to go to the tarn, fill up, and see what it looks like out in the saddle. This should be pretty. Oh, wow. Oh, it's lovely. Look at that. So pretty. This is why we come up here. And then when you look back against the path, you can see how people get stranded up here, get lost, get hypothermia. Happens a lot here. We have tourists come here, don't really know what they're doing. They think they've got the right gear, sort of hiking gear, but it's no good. So the tarn is frozen. It wasn't yesterday. Look at this. Slush on top, look. It's starting to freeze. See that? Okay. I'm going to fill up water bottle and then let's get back to camp in front of that fire. Yeah. Should have brought goggles with me. Walk back could be interesting. It's still early, but it's really dark. I know the camera doesn't show that up. I mean, it's not that early, and it's really dark. The camera doesn't show it up because this is a really good low light camera, so it makes everything look really light, but it isn't. It's quite dark. Oh, I'm getting splattered. All right, let's head back to camp. Whew. So all the boughs of the trees are really low. See, this wasn't like this yesterday. But once you knock the snow off, it bounces up. Just the weight of the snow, which makes walking back horrible because all the boughs are really low and you just get caked in snow down the back of your neck and stuff. Whew. Walk out should be interesting. Packing up should be interesting. There's camp. Look at that. Look how beautiful this is. Just peaceful, beautiful. So the fire is giving off a lot of heat now, so the snow isn't settling. See, it's kind of settling at the back, not the front, it's just melting off. So that's the good sign of the fire. All right, I'm gonna chill out a bit, and I'll bring you back if it really starts dumping down. But I'm gonna have another coffee. This is fun. I am actually loving this. This fire is absolutely beautiful. It's giving off so much heat, just bouncing straight back here. Honestly, I'm so comfy, but you're going to start misting up soon, I think, because it is so warm in here. Let me give you a wipe. Smoke. How's that, better? I hope so. The lens is really caked. Let me give it another go. I'm going to stop this for a sec. Got one more coffee left. And that's it. This is what I'm... Oh, and you know what I've got? I've still got my Walker's shortbread. Still got some biscuits left. This is breakfast. Shortbread biscuits dunked in Moccona coffee. What I wanted from this camp was good snow. Great success! I'm warm. I've got a great fire. This fire is better than I thought it could possibly be. It's just chucking out so much heat. But at some point I've got to pack up. The worst bit. It's actually worse than the walk out, but whatever. Now I know I'm not the one that's in focus here, you're looking outside. I know you want to look at the snow, so I'll just leave you there looking at it. You're getting an idea of what I'm looking at. Thanks again everyone for coming. I hope you enjoyed this camp. In memory of Bruno and Brucey, who would love to be here right now. Oh my God, would they be happy. So here's to them. Bruno and Brucey. Well, it's starting to get a little bit blizzardy, if that's a word. The wind has definitely picked up above camp, and now the snow is coming in at different angles. My fire's probably got about another 20 minutes, 30 minutes of usable heat. It's doing really well. I'm really impressed with it. This has probably been the best breakfast fire, morning fire I've ever had. But I am going to have to start thinking of packing down at some point, because without a fire I'm going to get cold really quickly. And I've just had my last coffee and my last biscuits. Yeah, out on the saddle this would be a blizzard. We're kind of shielded in the trees, but I think at Narnia this would be quite blizzardy. There's that word again. So, I have to think about it. Yep, what time to pack up? How much longer am I going to sit here watching this lovely snow? I did check the forecast. There's a lot of weather warnings, but it's not deep snow though. It's more to do with the wind. Well, I hate the wind. And I don't want to be sitting here in a gale at all. Even with a fire, it's rubbish. So, I'm going to finish my coffee, let the fire pretty much go out, and I'll bring you back. Might be a lot more snow by then. I'll bring you back for packing down the tent. There's a little bush robin. He's been hovering around since yesterday. I don't know if you can make him out. There he is. Hey, what are you doing, little guy? Very friendly, lovely, lovely birds. So tame. They're so inquisitive. Oh, don't go in the fire. It's hot. Don't go in the fire. Oh, I think it's driving out bugs, and that's why he's going in the fire. They're just interested in little insects and stuff. So sit rep with the weather. Well, I'm waiting for the fire just to finish. Yeah, there's a blizzard going on out there. Now, I don't know if you can see, but if you look up at the tops of the trees, occasionally big gusts of wind come through. So we're relatively secluded down here. But yeah, it is sort of blizzard conditions out on the saddle and above us. But this is just a winter wonderland. Look at this. What a camp. I'm just warming my feet up on the fire. This is giving off a lot of good heat. This is why you want leather boots. Not Gore-Tex or whatever that other stuff is. I mean, these have Gore-Tex linings, but you can't beat leather boots when you're up here on the tops. And these are designed specifically for hunting on the tops. awesome boots by Lower, but I think you can only get these ones in New Zealand. Not 100% sure of that, but yeah, they're designed for here in collaboration with hunting and fishing store. So, and my trousers are waterproof, so it doesn't matter that they get wet, and I've got long johns on underneath. So I'm going to pack up now because the fire is pretty much done. Yeah, and by the time I finish packing up, all that will be burnt off, and then I've just got to put it out with snow. Just chuck loads and loads and loads of snow on it. So let's pack up in the snow. Right, everybody. Whew. It is time to pack up. So as usual, in typical Tony style, I will fast forward from now. Okay, that's everything inside the tent done. I've just got the tent bag. And the tarp bag and stuff. The chair I'm going to put in last, just in case I want to sit down. Oh. The tent did a great job. So this is where you get really cold hands. As I say, it's the worst bit. And I know people say, oh, why don't you put your gloves on? Because you don't have any dexterity with your gloves on. Okay, let's get the tent down. Oh, my back. All right. Oh. Come on. Okay. Ooh, these poles are cold. And I know people are going to say, oh, what about your fingerless gloves? Yeah, I forgot my fingerless gloves. I forgot all about them. I don't even know where they are. I've got so much gear that trying to keep track of it all is a bit of a nightmare. All right, so this is not easy in a confined space. This is why I want my chair, so I can sit down and roll this up. All right. Oh man. Tell you what, let's see if I can make this higher. Okay. What a mess I'm making. I hope you guys can hear me and see me. I have no idea at this point what is going on. Okay. So push the poles out. Might help if I did it the right way up. This isn't pretty, but it's working. Oh man, these are so cold. I've packed up so many times in the snow and ice. Your fingers just get so cold and you think it's pain. But what you got to do is just accept it and they'll go numb. And you won't feel it after a while. And then you just got to get walking, get hiking, and everything warms up. Whew, okay. That wasn't too bad. At least I can do it sitting down. Now the weather forecast says serious weather, serious wind, gale force coming in, and blizzard conditions. Wouldn't be fun to hang around in that. It certainly wouldn't be fun to film in. I spoke to my wife, Anne. She says there's thunderstorms going on where she is. That's 3 hours away from here, 3 hours drive. Well, just under 3 hours drive. I don't fancy that. Thunder and lightning up here, nightmare. Okay, now Dyneema, the interesting about it, I mean, I've got a couple of little cuts here already from the pegs. So Dyneema is strong, like for this, but very, very weak when it comes to sharp objects. So when you pick a spot to put your tent on the floor, be really careful if you've got a Dyneema floor. Ideally, you've got to have a footprint with it that's stronger, because it's not cut resistant at all, but its tensile strength is very strong. Now the other problem with Dyneema is it's completely not permeable. So air gets trapped in it. So it's not the easiest product to pack away. But just persevere and you'll get there. Hands are cold. Hands are really cold. So the temperature is -4 centigrade, -4 Celsius. Not sure what that is in Fahrenheit, I'm afraid. Just Google it. Okay. Great success! And the pointless little tent pegs. Now the pegs that come with the tarp are actually aluminium. And they're way better. So maybe they're shifting to aluminium from the plastic, I don't know. But it would make sense. Because the plastic ones are terrible. Maybe they're just better in snow. Don't know. Okay. This is not going to seal up. Come on. Woo. I wish, like Hilberg, all tent manufacturers would make extra size bag. Because if you've got a wet tent or if there's snow on there, just so hard to pack up. All right, well, this isn't gonna stay. But what I'll do is, I'll put this in the pack, so it won't matter. Cool, we're done on that. In case you're wondering about my backpack, it's a kind of Dyneema as well. And it's made by SWD. Very lightweight, very strong, but not waterproof. It's water resistant. And again, little holes appear in it quite easily. But it's lightweight, that's the key. So for the tops, that's really essential. Brilliant knife, my SC9. Okay, next I think we'll do the chair. We'll do the chair and then the tarp. So the chair didn't break, it held up, just makes a lot of noise, hasn't cracked or anything. So maybe that last one was a faulty one, I don't know. Maybe I just abused it too much and it couldn't take it anymore. Who knows? But this held up. I did nurse it a bit though, I was careful with it. Now they do come with bags, I don't bother with them. Just rolls up nicely like that, so why do I need a bag? When you're packing hard objects in your pack, keep the hard objects away from this side, from your back, which is not what I've done here. There. And keep the soft objects towards your back just to protect it. Just so they don't stick into your shoulders or anything when you're walking. Alright, that's it. Now the tarp. Okay, EPUB. Oh, where do we start? We'll do the ridgeline last. Oh boy, I can't explain how cold this thing is. Whew. That is freezing. Oh, gosh. Oh, got to warm them up on the fire. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's so good. Just red hot coals here. It just makes a huge difference to your fingers. Ooh, that's good. Oh. Okay, it's not going to last long though. Because I've got to shove it in the bag now. And the bag for this is tiny. And look, it goes into this little thing here. I'll have to show you the camera before I pack it away. It's caked. These are very difficult conditions to film in. Come on. Losing feeling in my fingers again. Oh, I can't be bothered. Why do they make these bags so tiny? It's ridiculous. Just shove it in, who cares? Right, I've just got to go around, pick up all the guy lines, and then pack the big camera away and I'll bring you back. All right, all packed away. Site is clear. Fire is put out. It's steaming. I've put tons of snow on. There's so much snow on there. The rocks are really hot, so it's steaming away, but it's out. And look at the camera. It's just got gunk everywhere. Not great. Luckily, it's weather sealed, but it's taken a pounding. Yeah, it's a great camera, and I run it with a battery pack, but it's done a great job. And the lens is weather sealed as well. Woo! Look at it. It's just a winter wonderland. Okay, so I've just got to pack that away. Pack the tripod away. Take my insulated layer off because I've got a waterproof jacket on underneath as well, a lightweight one for hiking in. So I'll just keep that on because you get hot really quickly walking. But my pack is all ready to go. Just need to seal it up with the camera gear in and we're good to go. So, bring you back on the trail. It should be a beautiful walkout. Okay, all done. Site is clear, pack is on. I've got my rain jacket on. This is a First Light, I can't remember what it's called. First Light Downpour, something like that. It's 100% waterproof. Very, very lightweight. I think it's only 300 something grams. But I was wearing this under my other insulated rain layer just for an added thermal barrier. And yeah, kept me nice and toasty. Walking out in this is much better. So I'm going to keep the hood up because I don't want to get snow down the back of my neck, which is what is going to happen when we push through all the boughs, because look how low they are. See this one here? When I knock the snow off, pops right back up. So yeah, a lot of weight. Fire is definitely out. No smoking, no steaming anymore, nothing. Site is completely clear. Picked up all my guy lines. Yeah, there's nothing left except to trudge on. So let's go. Oh, goodbye winter wonderland. It's been amazing. Thank you, tops. Look at it blowing up there. Look at that. I don't know if you can make that out. The tree's blowing. I tell you what, it's howling up there. Howling. Oh, it's grim. It's grim, but I love it. So I wonder what Narnia will look like. I'm sure it'll be beautiful. But look, my campsite, that was perfect. The cove. Beautiful spot. All right, let's go. Got to be careful not to fall over. Cold feet. It's going to be slippery with a layer of snow and you can't see what's underneath everything. Let's get cranking. Got to start my stopwatch, but I'll bring you back at Narnia. Right, just got to the first main clearing. I did a camp here almost 3 years ago to the day. Right there. In my MSR Hubba Hubba. And look, no one has ever camped here since, I don't think. So I camped here. And look, my pole is still here. Look at that. This was the pole I made for my tarp. Oh, 3 years old. And that's just been sitting there. So I call this site the MSR site. I don't know if I'd ever camp here again. I've done it now. But it's kind of a handy site, but it's a bit breezy. But it is pretty. But not as pretty as the Cove, where I just was. And definitely nowhere near as pretty as Narnia, which is where we're on our way to now. I just got snow down my front. Okay, we're at Narnia. This is my campsite. Oh, you can just make out the mountains in the background. There's a lot of weather coming in. It's getting grim now. It's got really dark suddenly. And the wind is howling. It would have been really windy here in this spot because I can see it. And it's blowing the snow sideways onto the trees here. So it's coming from that side, hitting the trees. You can see it in the direction of the sleet, the snow. Yeah. It would have been pretty grim here. Look at it howling. Grim. It's awful. And it's coming in, it's kicking in. And my wife warned me. She said big thunderstorms happening right now. Lots of rain. So it could be a torrential drive home as well. But one last look at the tops up there. I don't think I can zoom in, I'll try. But no, it's not going to let me. But look at that. That looks brutal up there. Brutal. All right, everyone, we're done. I'm going to bring you back at the truck. Got 2 hours or so to get back. So yeah, bring you back down there. Say our goodbyes and give you a little bit of a review of what I thought of this camp. So bring you back. Oh, that was brutal. We're down at the stream, the creek. Wow, it is gushing. Check this out. Yeah. That's really howling. So I just need to find a spot to cross. The spot that I crossed on yesterday, that's pretty deep and fast flowing. That's a lot of water. And it was absolutely chucking down, coming down, half snow, half rain. So usually the widest point is the best point to cross the river. But I just need some stepping stones. I quite like the look of that one there. Just put my foot on it, run and jump. Oh, actually that works there. Wow, this is a lot of water. If you've ever seen my videos, oh, you'll have seen me cross this so many times, and it's pretty calm and tranquil. Okay, we're across. Woo. Again, this was all done in one major flood. A reservoir, a natural reservoir and dam had built up there over years and years. And then during one massive storm, that dam broke, and this was the result. All this carnage, these massive trees and boulders came from a kilometre up the hill all the way down here, just tore a path through the forest. It must have been an epic event. And it happened just before I came on a camp. Mother Nature. Okay. I'm sweltering now, steaming. Still got snow on me somewhere. Another 10 minutes back to the truck. See you there. Woo. Go down at riverbed. Look at the tops. Lovely snow covering. Look at that. Beautiful, but grim. You would not want to be up there. But it does look like it stopped snowing, stopped raining. But there's more weather to come in. All right, back to the truck. Oh, back out on the road. Did I say the weather had stopped and it stopped raining? No, it started up again. I thought that was a bit weird that it had all stopped when Anne said that it had been chucking down. There were thunderstorms and everything else. Bizarre. Oh, that was a great camp. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, got some things off my chest. It was a bit emotional. Sorry if that freaks anybody out, but it's just the way I am. I'm an emotional person. And family is most important to me. More important than anything. So yeah, I get worked up sometimes about family matters, and my dogs are part of my family. So, great camp, great tent, loved that tent, very good. Once you open the vents up and everything, it was superb. I mean, obviously it doesn't have a vestibule, so not everyone would like that, but for what I need, I rarely use a vestibule. I just don't need one. So love that. The Zenbivvy system, yeah, it's pretty good. I was comfortable, but the pad, no. I wouldn't trust that system at -10 Fahrenheit. I don't know where they get those numbers from or who tested it, but no, I wouldn't trust that at all. First thing I would do is I would order the sheet and stuff, but I wouldn't order that pad. I don't even know that the insulated pillow cover is even worth it, to be honest. Didn't do anything for me. But I would use Thermarest NXT. It's still the best pad there is. Gives the most heat reflection back to you. I've never been cold on that, whereas last night I felt some spots where I could feel cold and I could feel the ground. So, yeah, two great pieces of equipment, really. But here we are, back at the truck. Another successful camp with Tony and AB Camping. Oh, and some bullocks little bulls in the field. In the rain, minding their own business. Hey bulls, how you doing? Hello. Oh, look at it. All right, I need to get in some dry clothes that I've got inside and then say my goodbyes. Okay. We're down. All right. Well, great camp, everyone. I really enjoyed it. Thanks very much for coming along on this one with me. Hopefully I get to do another camp, a car camp, very soon, in the next few days, in fact. It'd be really nice to go out and maybe go up to Mars now that winter has probably started. See what it's like up there. I want to thank everyone for being loyal and for joining me on these trips. Again, if you want to leave comments, join the come and see me on the Facebook group or join the official Facebook fan page. That's the only way you're going to be able to comment on videos. And members get to comment on community posts that I put out, YouTube members. So thanks again, everyone. Thanks to all the YouTube members, everyone who's gone to buy me a coffee and bought myself a treat, or Bruce and Bruno over the years. Oh, my iPhone is freaking out because there's liquid in it. I tried to plug it in. Yeah, thanks to everyone who's bought us treats, and to those who have already bought treats for Bernie and Bolly. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who's bought merch. Much appreciated. I hope you like the merch. I've already seen some fantastic photos of, especially a couple of kids who had some birthday presents and got some Bruno and Brucey merch. And it says AB Camping on the back, but you probably can't see it. So, thanks so much to everyone who's bought merch. Really appreciate it. And everyone else who's contributed so much to the channel. It's been fantastic. I've loved it. And I'm going to keep going. It's been a rough few years, but a rough couple of months. But hopefully I'm on the up now, and this really helped sort it. So on that note, I want to thank you all in memory of Bruno, this video. Please remember him, please go back and look at other videos. Please watch as many videos as you can with Bruno in. It was such a short period of time. It was only a year that he was in the videos. Stick around to the end of this video, because when I get home, I might, I'll give you a brief glimpse of the puppies. All right, everyone, thanks very much. Catch you next time on AB Camping. Hey, puppies. Hello. Hello. Oh, hello, buddy. Hello, Polly. Hello, my puppies. Hello, my puppies. Hello. I know, I missed you too. I missed you both. I did. Oh, dear. Hello, my puppies. Oh, yes. Oh, you're making me all wet. Hello, my lovelies. Hello. Hello, Polly. Hello, Bernie. Hello. Oh, such happy puppies. Such happy puppies. Hey, hello, my lovelies. Oh, yes. Hello, my lovelies. All right, bye, everybody.